Dear students, last class we discussed about enzyme acts as a drug target. So when a drug is injected, which is reacting with the enzymes, so they are acting as the inhibitors. We studied competitive inhibitors. So the next drug target is a receptor. So 5 more question. Receptor molecules acts as drug target. The drug will interact with this receptor molecules. First we have to know what is a receptor molecule. So in living beings, if you take a human being, the cells are made up of special molecules. We call them as receptors. So special molecules present in the cell membrane are called receptors. The drug will interact the receptor molecule. Next, there is an active site on the receptor. When we take receptor molecules in the cell membrane, there is an active site on the receptor molecule, and this active site will be present or will be protrude outside of the cell membrane. So other molecules can be attached with the receptor. So like messengers. So messengers can be attached with the active site of receptor, so that the active sites of receptors will be present outside of the cell membrane. So next, chemical messengers. So these are also chemical compounds, natural chemical compounds available in the human body. These chemical compounds called chemical messengers are attached with the receptor molecules. So on the active sites of receptor molecules, chemical messengers will be bonded. Due to that, there will be a transmission of messages. So into the cell, messages will be sent by the attachment of chemical messenger on receptor molecule. This is the mechanism. So cell signaling, we say that cell signaling means messages will be sent into the cell based on how this is attached with the receptor molecule. Chemical messengers are natural in nature. Next one, by using a drug, the attachment of chemical messenger can be inhibited. Right? So the drug will act as an inhibitor. So there are two types of drugs. Antagonist. So we have certain drugs which are called antagonists. These drugs will act as inhibitor for the chemical messengers. So instead of chemical messengers, these drug molecules will be attached on the active site of receptor molecule. So there will be no transmission of messages. So into the cell, messages will be prevented. Passage of messages will be prevented. Instead of chemical messengers, antagonist drug molecules are attached on the surface of or active site of receptor molecules. And we can take some examples. Caffeine. So consider the chemical messenger adenosine. So this chemical messenger will be attached on the active sites of receptors. So the receptors are called adenosine receptors. And this is responsible for inducing the sleeping. So when this chemical messenger is bonded with the adenosine receptors, it induces sleeping. But consider the chemical compound, the drug caffeine. So when you drink a cup of coffee, this chemical compound present in the coffee it's called a caffeine. This will be acting as the antagonists. Instead of adenosine, this will be attached to the receptor, so it won't induce the sleeping. So sleeping will be prevented because of this antagonist drug caffeine. So this is an example. So antagonists are the drug molecules which will be bonding with receptor molecules, thereby it inhibits chemical messengers to attach with the receptors. And we have one more drug molecule, it's called agonist. So these are the drug molecules which are similar with the chemical messengers. So in human body, if we have a lack of chemical messengers, we have less number of chemical messengers, means in that case we can use this drug, agonists, right? So this will mimic with chemical messengers. That means structure will be similar, behavior structure will be similar with the natural chemical messengers. So instead of natural chemical messengers, we are going to use a drug agonists. Example, morphine. Right. So if you have any pain, so morphine drug can act as a painkiller. So it affects central nervous system. So it inhibits neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is responsible for sensing the pain. So this will block the neurotransmitter so that pain will be reduced. So morphine is an example for agonist drug. And when we consider receptors, the receptor molecules are generally chiral in nature. One mark. The receptor molecules of cell membrane are chiral in nature. So chiral compound means two isomers will be there, D isomer and L isomer. So mirror images are nothing but what? Optical isomers. So we call them as enantiomers, right? So enantiomers will have a different biological functions. One more question. So each enantiomer of a drug will have different effect. So this is a 5-mark question. Write a note on receptor acts as a drug target. So first we have to know what is a receptor. So this is a special molecule present in the cell membrane. There are active sites on receptors. They are facing outside of the cell membrane. Then only the chemical compounds will be attached with it. If a chemical compound is bonded with the receptor molecule, we call them as chemical messengers. They are transmitting the signals into the cell or messages into the cell. We have natural chemical messengers. Instead of natural chemical messengers, we can use drug molecule. So there are two types of drug molecules. One is antagonist, another one is agonist. Antagonist is an inhibitor. So instead of chemical messenger, this will be bonding with the receptor molecule. It just inhibiting the behavior of chemical messenger. Example, caffeine. Caffeine is a drug or a chemical compound available in coffee powder, which will be attached on the adenosine receptor so that this chemical messenger will be blocked, or this will be inhibited by the drug caffeine. So this will not induce sleeping. This is natural chemical messenger which will induce sleeping. Agonists are the drug molecules which are similar with natural chemical messengers. They are mimic with natural chemical messengers. When we have a lack of chemical messenger, we can use this type of drug, agonist type of drug. Example, morphine. The morphine is a painkiller. So neurotransmitter is responsible for sensing the pain. So this will block a neurotransmitter. So this affects the central nervous system. So it acts as painkiller. Then receptor molecule is chiral in nature. So for a chiral compound, there will be two isomers. We call them as enantiomers. Each enantiomer will have a different action or a different effect. With this, a 5-mark question is over. Next, therapeutic action of drugs. So as we studied that, drug is actually prepared in the laboratory, pharmaceutical laboratory. We just prepare drugs. Each drug will have a particular biological action. Right. So when we are designing the drug, it should be highly specific in nature. So the specificity of a drugs is very important. For that, an example is given. To take ulcer, stomach ulcer. The stomach ulcer is mainly due to what? Secretion of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is secreted in the stomach, and this secretion is induced by the compound called histamine. Okay. So this is responsible for the secretion of hydrochloric acid. When we have more quantity of hydrochloric acid, it leads to ulcer. Right? So burning sensation in the stomach, ulcer. So when we inhibit this histamine, the secretion of hydrochloric acid can be prevented. So based on that, we have to design the drug. So the ordinary chemical compounds can be used like aluminum hydroxide or magnesium hydroxide. Usually what we think, this is an acid secreted in the stomach. So when we take base or alkali as a drug, means the disease will be cured, like that we will think. So we may take a antacid tablet or antacid tonic like aluminum hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. These will not act as a permanent solution for the disease. So when you have ulcer problem, you can take antacids like aluminum hydroxide or magnesium hydroxide. So these are bases or alkalis. By taking these tonics, the level of alkali is increased in the stomach. Again, this will increase the secretion of hydrochloric acid. So these two antacid molecules will cure only symptoms. Burning sensation, symptom alone will be cured, but the disease will not be cured. So we can take antacids like aluminum hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, which are basic or alkaline in nature, which will increase the alkaline nature in the stomach, so that more hydrochloric acid will be secreted and the disease will not be cured. Symptom alone will be disappeared. So we have to know what is the mechanism which is responsible for the secretion of hydrochloric acid. So we found that histamine is actually a molecule which is responsible for the secretion of hydrochloric acid. So it just stimulates the secretion, so that we are going to inhibit this molecule, because this will be attached with the receptor. So this will act as a chemical messenger. This will be attached on the receptor molecule, and which induces the secretion of hydrochloric acid. So we can inhibit this, right? For that, we can prepare drugs like cimetidine as well as ranitidine. So two drugs are prepared, cimetidine as well as ranitidine. So these are the drugs which are acting like antagonists. So they are attached with the receptor molecule. So we have the drugs like ranitidine as well as cimetidine. They are attached with the receptor molecule. So attachment of histamine will be prevented. So we just inactive the secretion of hydrochloric acid. So ulcer can be cured by inhibiting the histamine by taking the drugs like ranitidine as well as cimetidine. So therapeutic action of drug is very important. How it behaves in the living systems. Each drug is highly specific in its biological action. Based on that, we have to design and prepare the drugs. Next, we are going to see some drugs used common. Tranquilizers. So these are the drugs which are affecting the central nervous system. as we said, a neurotransmitter is responsible for sensing the pain. So when we use the drug tranquilizers, it affects the central nervous system. So there are two types of tranquilizers, major as well as minor. So tranquilizers are neurologically active drugs. This is neurologically active drugs which are acting on the central nervous system, and it blocks neurotransmitter dopamine in the brain. So this can be used for the treatment of stress, anxiety, depression, sleeping disorders, and even mental diseases like schizophrenia. For these diseases, we can use the drug tranquilizers. There are two types, major as well as minor tranquilizers. Examples for major tranquilizers: haloperidol, clozapine. Minor tranquilizers, diazepam as well as alprazolam. These are all the name of the drugs. Second drug is called analgesics. So this is the common drug which we use in our regular life. Analgesics, called painkillers or pain removers, right? So analgesics, and its nature is non-narcotic. So which is prepared in the laboratory, cannot be extracted from the plants. If you take a narcotic drugs, means we call them as alkaloids and terpenoids. Directly we just extract from the plants. So this is analgesic, non-narcotic in nature, prepared in the laboratory, and these are painkillers. To reduce the pain, we use analgesics. And first analgesic, it's called anti-inflammatory drugs. So the role of or action of anti-inflammatory drugs, which is used for relieving the short-term pain like a headache or arthritis, muscle strain. So to remove the short-term pain, we use anti-inflammatory drugs like aspirin, ibuprofen as well as paracetamol. These are all examples of anti-inflammatory drugs. Second one is antipyretics. This is a fever reducer. It reduces temperature in the human body. So when we have a temperature more than the body temperature, we call the situation as a fever. So this reduces fever. Antipyretics are the drugs which reduces the fever and which prevents platelet coagulation also. And examples for antipyretics: aspirin. One more question, what is the expansion of aspirin? Aspirin is acetyl salicylic acid, and the common antipyretic is paracetamol, right? So usually we take 650 mg paracetamol to reduce the fever. So name for paracetamol is acetaminophen. Acetaminophen is nothing but paracetamol. So aspirin is a drug which can be used as analgesic as well as antipyretic. Aspirin will reduce fever as well as it reduces pain also. And aspirin is used for preventing heart attacks, right? Then third compound, it's called a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So these are the drugs which are reducing fever, and example for that, ibuprofen, right? So this is the drugs which are reducing the fever as well as pain. Next one, narcotic drug. So the analgesics made up of alkenoids and terpenoids. It's called a narcotic analgesics. The name is opiates. So this is obtained from the plants and trees, called alkenoids and terpenoids, heavier organic molecules. So they are narcotic analgesics. This is also reducing the pain. And this opiates produces this sleep, and it is highly addictive in nature. Example for this is morphine, codeine. So we already heard these words: morphine, heroin, then abin, cocaine. So these are all the narcotic drugs which are highly addictive in nature. So when we use this as a medicine, there should be a prescribed dosage. So when you take larger dosage, it will lead to coma, even death also. So this is highly addictive in nature. And when we use a particular dosage which reduces pain, severe pain can be reduced, and it produces sleeping also. So this narcotic analgesics can be used for treating post-operative pain as well as pain like terminal cancers. Pain produced due to cancer can be reduced by narcotic analgesics. So these are the drugs which are reducing the pain. So with this, today's class over. Tomorrow we start anesthetics. There are different types of anesthetics that will be discussed tomorrow. Thank you.